Welcome. Today we're going to talk about meal planning and portion control, two very common questions I get as a nutrition coach. So we're going to give you some simple tools you can use to apply right now to help make your meals better and to make sure that you're getting the right amount of food for what you need to stay as healthy as possible. So let's break this down into two components. First, we'll look at your actual plate, so what your plate should look like at each meal. And then we'll talk about specific portion sizes of each of the food groups that we're looking at. So let's talk about your plate first. So when you're planning out your meal, take a typical dinner plate size, okay? What we want to make sure is we always got water with our meal. Water is super important. We're primarily made of water, 70% in that range of water. So we need to make sure that we're having water with all of our meals and in between meals as well. Now, if you look at the plate here, we broke it down into three components with a little side component of carbohydrate here, and I'll explain how this all comes together in a second. Primary dominance amongst the plate is vegetables, and the reason why we have vegetables in there is because for the calorie content, they tend to be the most nutrient dense, meaning they have the most nutrients for the least amount of calories. So we want to have lots of those, and particularly lots with color. So the darker the color of the vegetable, as far as dark greens, oranges, any sort of purples, that type of thing, tend to be more nutrient rich versus white carbohydrates, or vegetables. So that's what we want to focus in on, is having a good color palette of vegetables. How much is this on a plate? To make it super simple for you, one serving of vegetables is 1/5. So generally speaking, in each meal, say you have 3 meals a day, try to go for 2/5 of vegetables on your plate. So if you're trying to figure out what serving size of vegetables should I have, bang, 2/5 together. So great complement to that is, say you've got a green leafy salad or a lettuce as your base, or a spinach, and then you've got some vegetables like cut up tomatoes, peppers, might even throw some olive oil on there, maybe some balsamic vinegar as a dressing. You can mix a lot of different things into that salad, but that's a great way to get those vegetables in there. Then the second piece, or bigger piece of the plate, is the lean protein. So again, examples of that: your lean beef, chicken, pork, you could have eggs, you could have lamb, you can have tofu, chickpeas, any of these vegetarian or non-vegetarian selections to put into that protein component. So how much is that roughly? That's about a palm full of that particular food, okay? So about a palm full, that's your serving size of protein. So we got 2/5 of veggies, a palm full of protein here. Then you've got your healthy fats. Your healthy fat, for example, could be your olive oil, your avocado oil, whatever oil you're cooking your food in, or that could be part of your salad dressing. Again, avocado is a healthy source of that fat, or a raw nut or seed that you could put on your salad, for example, or even garnishing your beef, say if you had a sesame seed or something like that. Again, that's bringing in the healthy fat into that mix. A thumbful is your healthy fat serving size, so it's not very much. But again, that gives you an idea of how much healthy fat to put on there. Now you can add a smart carb in there, and we just put it on the side here because generally speaking, for health purposes, there's carbohydrate in your vegetables typically. So don't really need to worry about adding excess carbohydrate, but if we do add a smart carb in there, like say a brown rice that's going underneath the protein, for example, just a palm full is another good serving size for that smart carb. So we have palm full of protein or smart carb, 2/5 of veggies, 1 thumb of fat, healthy fat, okay? So that's how we set up our plate. Super simple. You apply that to each meal and voila, you've got a really good, balanced, nutritious meal, and you can figure out your portion sizes anywhere. Just use your hands